Is it just me, or is this invisible? Hi everyone, welcome back, or if you're new here, hi, I'm Faye. I review a lot of beauty pie products, and we have new launches to test. We have the Superluminous Skin Genius Tinted Hyaluronic Complexion Brightener Sheer Foundation. That is one hell of a long name, but I gather it is a skin tint. Although it says, yes, sheer foundation on the bottle, and then last time I looked at the website, it says you could use it as a primer or mix it into foundation. So goodness knows what they're trying to do with this product. They need to kind of get their act together with their marketing. Like, how are they marketing this product? Is it a primer and a mixer, or is it a foundation? Who knows? We're going to test it today. And then we also have the Superluminous Serum Concealer. And well, I don't have a very good history with beauty pie base products. I did not like the foundation or the concealer. The what's it called, Everyday Great Skin. It did not give me, I can't get it out, it did not give me Everyday Great Skin. I did not like it at all. Yeah, I also didn't really like their Undereye Genius, like the kind of potted cream colour corrector thing. I really like beauty pie, like other products, like all their coloured products I tend to really like, but they've not done great for me on like the sort of base products of foundation, concealer, colour corrector, or bronzer really either. But you know, maybe this will be better. So this is what the bottle looks like out of the box, and we have the concealer here. I have the shade Very Fair, and I imagine also Very Fair. Yes, Very Fair. So we'll also see if the shades are better with this than with their previous foundation launch, because I had a lot of issues with the sort of undertone of that foundation. So hopefully this is better. I'm going to apply with fingers, seeing as it's supposed to be sheer and some kind of like a skin tint, because if I use a sponge or a brush, it's probably going to just absorb all the product. So there we go, kind of runny. Indeed looks like a skin tint. I have a mirror over here. Let's give this a go. Okay, shade looks all right. A little bit on the yellow side, I would say, but seeing as it's supposed to be sheer, that's probably not going to matter. So it feels nice, like it feels sort of like I'm just massaging a serum into my skin. It's very lightweight. Wait, can you see anything? Does my forehead just look identical to how it did like 2 seconds ago? I feel like I rubbed in that product and it felt like a serum, and it looks like I put a serum on my skin. I can't actually see any makeup. Like, this is supposed to be like a skincare makeup hybrid, is my understanding, not just skincare. Although, like I said, on the website it also says primer, so if it's a primer I don't expect coverage, but if it's a, well, it says sheer foundation on the bottle, so I'm assuming I'm expecting something. I mean, it's definitely making me very dewy and glowy, but I'm honestly a bit confused because I don't see, I mean, I see pigment here, but when I apply it, it's like it's there, and then I rub it in and it's gone. Do you see what I mean? Like, I was expecting, like, you know, sheer, like a skin tint sheer, but I feel like there should be some evidence of makeup upon my skin. Like, I feel like this is just doing nothing. I'm so confused by this product. Like, where does it go? Where did it go? Okay. I don't want to layer a ton on either, because I don't like to layer products. Like, my opinion is, if you want full coverage, buy a full coverage product. Don't layer a lighter coverage product and try and make it full coverage, because that is how things end up looking heavy and cakey. And this literally just feels like I need more. Like, you need quite a bit, like, and I'm getting just nothing. Is it just me, Or is this invisible? Okay. Do I look perfected to you? I mean, in person right now, looking at myself, I'm like, I just put nothing on my face. I put serum on my face, I put a moisturizer on my face, I did not put makeup on my face, but maybe when I look at myself on camera, I'll see something. Maybe I'll have an opinion later and put it up on the screen, but right now I'm like, what was the point? Like I say, unless it's a primer, because it feels nice. I mean, dewy, bouncy, hydrated, for sure. You can't see any on my fingers either. Like, now that I've rubbed it in, like, there's no trace of makeup on my fingers either, which is, it's just very strange. Shake well before use. I did do that. Okay. Whoop, nearly dropped the lid. Let's move on to the concealer. I'm going to shake this well as well, just in case I have to do that. I don't know if I have to do that. Let's see what this is like, because now I'm worried that this is also going to have, like, no coverage. So here it is. Just put on the back of my hand here. Okay. Ooh, okay, this might also basically have no coverage. Okay, let's put it on the under eyes and see. Okay, yeah, it's super sheer. I'm gonna try and put a bit more on there and tap it in. Sorry, I keep looking in my monitor rather than at you guys because I'm so confused as to what is happening. Okay, this is super dewy. This is, again, like I've just put like an under eye serum on rather than makeup, and it feels very hydrating, very moisturizing, very dewy. I certainly look glowy, but there's no coverage. Like, look, it's brighter just because it's like, it's so glowy and dewy now. Light is just bouncing off it. That's why it looks brighter. But if I turn my light off for a second so that the light isn't bouncing off my face, this eye barely looks different to this under eye, right? Okay, let's put the light back on because it's a bit dark today. Like, I would like it to be, you know, natural light and everything, but this is Northern Europe in November and natural light is just in short supply. Okay, let's tap this one in. I mean, not that I'm expecting anything different, it's just a second eye. Like, the texture of the product, it feels super nice, but it feels and looks like skincare, not like makeup, and I'm just a little bit confused about what the purpose of this product is. Like, what am I meant to be putting more makeup on? It says it's a concealer. It doesn't say it's an under eye primer. It feels like an under eye cream that then I'm meant to apply more on top of. What should I do now? Do I just leave? What do I do? I'm going to do a wear test, but I feel like there's almost no point in doing a wear test because you can't see any product on my face. I feel like this was a waste of money. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit of foundation somewhere on one part of my face, not everywhere, just to test this whole, you can use it as a primer thing that I saw on the website. So let me grab a foundation. Okay, I've grabbed a foundation and this is the Clinique Even Better Clinical, and this is a full coverage matte foundation. So I'm thinking that over this sort of dewy hydrated base, maybe it will just sort of sheer out a bit, look a bit more glowy and a little bit less matte than it normally does. So yeah, that concealer on my hand, look, can you see where I put concealer on my hand? Because I bloody can't. Okay, let's just put a little pump of foundation. Oh, I haven't used this in a while and it's like decided it doesn't want to pump out. Okay, let's put a little bit of foundation on my hand here. Take a brush. This isn't my favorite brush. It can be a bit streaky, but all my other brushes need washing, so I'm stuck with this one. So I'm just going to pick up a little foundation here and we'll put it on my chin. So now you can see that there's makeup on my face, because this actually looks like makeup. And I really like this foundation. I always forget to use it. To be honest, I don't wear foundation that often. I usually just use my NYX Bear With Me concealer and put that wherever I want it. I find that works really well, kind of like a foundation, like all over the face. Like, even though it's quite glowy, it does, where else can I put it? Let's put a little bit up here. Even though the NYX Bear With Me concealer is glowy, it has good coverage and it lasts well, even on the slightly oilier areas of my face. Okay, so now we've put a little bit of foundation in a couple of places. Let's, a little bit more. Let's look again at this situation. Okay. Is it kind of working as a primer? I don't know, guys, because I feel like it just made my chin look a bit weird with the foundation on. Like, it just looks a bit cakey. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like it made this foundation better. So there's that. I guess we're gonna powder half of my face to see how this wears. I mean, if I check in later, are we even gonna be able to tell if anything has happened? Because there's nothing, you can't see anything. Okay, I need to calm down. This is kind of giving me rage because I don't, apart from it's made me very dewy, but I have other products that do that. These, it's a concealer and a skin tint. It should have at least some coverage. Light coverage, yes, I like light coverage. I was expecting light coverage, but this is just no coverage. Let me powder it. I'm gonna powder it on this side of my face, and then I will, I'll turn my light off again just so you can see it without the light bouncing off the face. I'm gonna powder the whole face, which isn't normally what I do, but just for the purpose of seeing how this product wears. This, by the way, is the number 7 powder. What's it called? Flawless Finishing Pressed Powder. I have the shade Fair, and I am absolutely loving this powder. Like, this powder, so underrated. It's so good. It looks like this. If you live somewhere where they sell number 7, do they sell number 7 outside the UK? I have no idea. But if you live somewhere where they sell number 7, I would highly recommend this. I have it in the shade Fair, which I think is the lightest shade, which is this. I'm thinking of doing a whole video just on this powder because I'm that excited about it, just FYI. I'm thinking of doing a video where I powder like half my face with this and half with the Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder, because I do really like that one, and that was kind of my favourite pressed tinted powder until this powder. This powder, I like it more. The only thing I haven't done yet with this powder is a flashback test, so I need to do that, but it's really been impressing me, really, seriously, very excited about it. Okay, so this is powdered, this is unpowdered. Let me turn the light off again quickly. Sudden darkness. Okay. Do I look like I'm wearing any makeup? Now, obviously this powder is tinted, so it may look a little bit more makeupy on this side now than this side, just because of the powder having a little bit of colour to it. But I mean, you can still see, like, okay, I didn't expect it to fully cover up like all of my hyperpigmentation. I have this like sunspot, age spot, whatever you want to call it here. But okay, you can also see my on this side. But honestly, guys, like, look, like it didn't cover anything. Okay, up here I have some foundation. On my chin I have some foundation. All around my nose you can still see everything. Like, does this product have a purpose? Yeah. Just checking my nose in the mirror because I feel like it's made my nose look a little, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, there's obviously product on my face, that's what I can say. There's obviously product on my face from the way the powder applies on top of it. if that makes sense. Like the texture of the powder on top of the product shows that there is product there. But in terms of coverage, I can see literally nothing. Right, well, I guess I'm gonna go. I've got some errands to do. I might look a bit weird with half a matte face and half a shiny face when I go out to the pharmacy, but never mind. I'm sure nobody will be paying me enough attention to even notice, to be honest. Like, we all think people are looking at us, nobody is. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that, and I will come back in a few hours and let you know what this looks like. Obviously, more coverage isn't going to appear from nowhere, but we'll see how like greasy it is, how much it's creased under the eyes, where I've put the concealer, what it's looking like, where I've got the foundation on top, etc. So, see you in a bit. So it's been about 4 hours. Let's take a look. So on this side, I still do look very dewy, very glowy. This is the unpowdered side. I don't know if you can see with the concealer, it has settled a little bit into some of my fine lines, and that is basically the only place where you can see the concealer, is where it's bunched up slightly because it is so sheer. On the powdered side, I'm not a big fan of the way the powder is sitting on top of this concealer. And like I say, I love this powder. I've been using this powder like all the time since I bought it, and it sits on top of my other concealers, no problem. So I'm gonna blame that on this concealer product just being so dewy. The powder's gone a bit weird on top of it. The powder's sitting on top of the tint fine, but I basically think almost all of the actual coverage on my face is from the slight tint in the powder and not the tint in the bottle. I'm not enjoying the way that it's sitting on my chin here. This is where I have didn't put the lid on properly, Clinique foundation on top of the tint. I swear, okay, I swear on the website it used to say you could use it as a primer, and now it doesn't say that anymore. But it does feel like it should be a primer because it has like no pigment in it. It's gone a bit sort of bunchy, I don't know if you can see here. It's not looking great, and it's only been a few hours. So, okay, here is what I'm gonna do because I want to be thorough. I like to test products thoroughly, and it does say you can mix it into other foundations. That's another way that you can use it, and I haven't done that, although I mean I applied it and then I applied something else on top, but that's not technically the same as mixing it together. So I'm gonna go quickly take this off because, you know, I already can tell kind of how it's gonna wear. I'm gonna take it off and I'm going to see if I can use it to make a foundation I don't use more wearable for me, because this is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. This is very, very full coverage, like full coverage to the point of like, I don't use it because it's just too much. It's intense. It really is. It really is like crazy full coverage, and I never use it because of that. So I'm gonna try and mix it with this and see how it goes. Although, you know, really, I feel like you don't need to buy this for that purpose, because you could just mix it with a moisturizer. Like if you want to thin out a foundation, mix it with a moisturizer, mix it with some sunscreen, mix it with a primer you already own. Like I wouldn't probably buy this specifically as a mixing medium, even if it does work, to be honest, but I'm gonna do it anyway for the sake of thoroughness. So I will be back, we'll do that, and then we'll wrap up. I've got some moisturizer on. Let me know in the comments below if you think the glowiness that I get from putting moisturizer on my face looks any different from this. Does this make it more glowy in a better way? Like, or is this just basically moisturizer? Let me know what you think. So let's take a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury. Again, I haven't pumped this for ages, so it's probably gonna not want to come out. Oh no, it does. Okay, very nice. I'm gonna take quite a small amount of this because, like I said, it's very, very full coverage. Very full coverage. Now let's add some of this. Let's see. I mean, it's definitely obviously made this foundation a lot more fluid, like for sure. Obviously that's what it's done. But I mean, there are so many things that you could mix into foundation if you wanted to make it like sheerer. are more glowy. Let's just see how this looks, because, you know, maybe it's going to be magical. Maybe I'm going to have discovered the grand purpose of this product. Now, it looks like I'm wearing a mask, and that is because this Charlotte Tilbury foundation has pretty bad flashback. So in real life, it does not look this pale. Let me turn the light. That's making it brighter, that's making it worse. Turn this down. I see, the thing is, it's dark now, so if I turn this off completely, you're not going to be able to see me. I did prefer the way this went on mixed with this. Definitely, like, to me, this did improve this product for me because it made it sheerer, it made it dewier, and that's what I like. However, I could just use a foundation that is sheerer and dewier already, rather than going to the effort of mixing this into something that's matte and full coverage. Now, I'm not going to do a wear test for how this wears. I just wanted to see how it applied, and it did apply nicely, and I do think it looks nice, and I've created something which is a sort of nice dewy light coverage. So let's talk about this. I already own this product, therefore I'm going to use it because I don't want to waste it, okay? But I have no use for it on its own, because I didn't apply sunscreen today before I did all of this, because I didn't want to risk the sunscreen interfering with the product. So I just put some serum on and went straight in with the makeup. But on a day-to-day basis, I'm wearing sunscreen, and my sunscreen is glowy. Therefore, there is absolutely no point in me using this. On top of that, I'm already dewy. I don't need anything else. I don't think there's any point in buying this just for what it does on its own, because honestly, you can just put moisturizer on. Just like I just put on, before I did this makeup, the Clinique Moisture Surge. So a nice sort of gel hydrating, you know, plumping moisturizer is going to give you, in my opinion, basically the same effect as using this. So on its own, I think it's kind of pointless. It just doesn't have anywhere near enough coverage to have a point. It doesn't have a point. I didn't like it under the makeup, although I did only use it obviously with one specific foundation, so I can't say it won't sit well under all foundation, but for me, I don't really see it working as a primer. And now that I look on the website again, that's not there anymore, although I swear it was there before. Anyway, I will probably use it mixed into foundations that I don't use because they're too full coverage or too matte, but only because I already bought it. I would not buy it for that purpose. If you have not bought this already, just don't buy it. That's my opinion. Don't buy it. It's not worth it. Like, you can mix so many things: oil, moisturizer, sunscreen, a primer you already own, like so many things into foundations if you want to alter the texture or alter the level of coverage that they have. You don't need this just to do that with it. So don't buy it. The concealer also has no point. This has so little coverage, it's basically not there. It just made my under eyes very dewy, and then the powder did not sit well on top of it because it was so dewy. I will try this maybe under another concealer, like if I have, you know, again, like a very a matte full coverage, something that's too matte, too full coverage, maybe I'll put this underneath. I don't know, maybe if you are older and you want something to really hydrate your under eyes before makeup, you could use it more like a skincare product. But then I would say just use an under eye cream, not this. I think these products are pointless. Like, really, I don't get it. I don't think they're worth buying. Just avoid. I'm gonna go and regret my life choices. I hope this was helpful for you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.